What's up guys? Now, I know I don't normally talk about anything to do with the jungle because that's really my brother Foxdrop's thing, but I really want to look at one of the cheesiest ways to snowball a lane and effectively camp someone. Now, camping is a word that's used for a lot of things and it is overused. For me, camping means putting a specific amount of effort into shutting one lane down and building your focus around that. Now the whole point of this video is to show you how to camp that lane and not waste your time, and then what to do with the advantage that you get. So let's get started. To make this really simple, you camp the easy kill lane, one without flash or no escape. You control the jungle around that lane because the enemy is weaker, and then finally you start to take objectives from it. The reason I say this is cheesy is because you don't really need amazing mechanics or anything. Anyone can pull this off. You just have to go into the game thinking, I'm going to set up a tent in someone's lane and I'm going to make them cry like a baby. Pretty much like how I made Foxdrop cry when I got to Diamond 1 before he did this season. The clip that's been running is from a Diamond 1, Diamond 2 game, and you can see that Zed has fought Riven, and the important thing here for us is that after the TP, Riven actually flashes to try and get the kill. Now I'm Lisa in this game, and while I'm doing my camps, I'm looking at the minimap to see what's happening, especially top lane because that's where I'm most likely going to end my route. Now because I've seen Riven flash, this is a really easy target to go to, and Riven is useless when she's behind, so that is the point where I decide I'm going to camp her lane this game. Now camping a lane is all about timing, and if you get that timing down, that's when you make games really easy. So here I'm just using my brain. Riven needs to push that wave into turret because if she doesn't, then Zed is going to freeze it and it's going to screw her anyway, so she has to take the risk. Now that's nothing special, right? I mean, focusing a lane that doesn't have their flash is hardly worth me making a whole video about, but it's also about what you're going to do afterwards and the mentality that you need to be aggressive to carry solo queue. Now some people honestly just don't think about it, and some are like, well, okay, I'm just going to do this jungle camp and then I'll come, and they constantly just keep farming and keep saying they're going to come in a minute and in another minute, when really this is the cheesiest way of hardly needing any mechanics and still winning games. Now this is skip forward a little bit to the second buff rotation, and because I've made Riven pretty weak, I can safely invade the Elise and take her red buff, because if a fight does break out, then Riven can't really do anything. Now there are three things here that I'm looking at. So the first is the state of top lane, where you can see that Zed has pretty good control, and I'm actually duo with my mid laner here and have told him to push, so I decide that I am going to go for the invade. The third thing that I'm looking for is Elise, and I actually see her on a ward bot lane, so that means that it's my cue just to stop hanging around looking for her and go straight for the buff. Let's speed this up a little bit, and I'm feeling a little bit tired. I think I need to go take a nap in my tent, so I'm going to go back up to the top lane, and I do pick up a lucky kill here after a flash, and this is where we kind of turn it into the objectives. Camping a lane is really about winning the game from that focus on that lane. I mean, it's all nice me killing Riven a ton, but if we don't get any objectives from it, then there's not really any game-changing effect. I said part of this snowball at the start is controlling the jungle, and that comes a lot from warding, and these are the spots that I warded that game. This ward here is the most common route into the jungle, so it's the most common ward that I'll be placing because it lets me know where Elise is and if she's topside, and gives me way more freedom to do what I like. And this second ward here provides a safety net in case she comes from base. Now if you only have one, then you place it in the first spot obviously, but the two of them together mean that Zed is completely safe, and there's no way that Elise can undo the work that I've been doing to put Riven behind. Let's look at another example, and this time we invade level 1, and honestly this is even more cheesy than the first clip. So you can't do this on every champion, but anything with some sort of CC, so yeah, actually you can do this on most popular junglers right now. I know he has no flash, so I just gank him level 2, flash onto him, and I know that it's a guaranteed kill, and there's not really any risk in making this play. So if we skip forward a little bit further into this game, when I've got all my buffs, about 2 minutes later probably, and I'm on my way top again. Now I've said a lot of camping is timing, right? And in this case the wave is pushing, and so Gnar has really no way of escaping. If this was pushing into him instead, then it becomes more of a waste of my time, or more of a risk of being a waste of my time, because I'm unlikely to get anything. So instead I use that time before to farm, and then I come after. Now you can see that I'm not doing anything mechanically amazing in any of these clips. I'm not outplaying them. There's no reason any of you guys couldn't pull this off. You just need to be thinking, if they don't have their flash, then I can do this to someone and I can take them out of the game. Now, I hope you guys enjoyed the cheese, and if you're a bit skeptical, then just hop into a game and try it. Honestly, I think you'll be surprised at how much of an effect it's gonna have. Now that's all for this video though, so I'll catch you guys next time.